And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly, truly fantastic day today. So I was scrolling through my timeline, and this video came across that was entitled "Inside Nike's Big Bet on Michael Jordan" 40 years ago. And they were talking about the history of the Air Jordan shoe and how the deal that Michael Jordan got was the first of its kind. And so it was a good video, but if anyone has seen Air on Netflix, I think it was produced by Matt Damon, which was the same story. It's the story of Michael Jordan signing to Nike. It wasn't really any new information in this, except they were interviewing one of the guys. His name was Howard White, and I believe that character was portrayed by Chris Tucker in the movie. And Howard White said something on this segment that I thought summed up the Jordan brand perfectly, that I thought summed up why Air Jordan is the biggest basketball shoe in the history of the game. And so we're going to play this clip and come right back.
When Nike launched the Air Jordans back in 1985, they hoped to sell $3 million worth of product. Instead, they sold $126 million in 1 year. But for Howard White, who still works at Nike and still talks to Michael Jordan often, the Air Jordan success is because it's not actually the story of a shoe. It's the story of something much bigger. It's totally transcended basketball at this point, right?
There have been a lot of basketball shoes. It's not about basketball. And if this simple article of footwear can make people interpret themselves in a way that gives them just the power to believe more in themselves, that's what the Jordan brand is about.
He said, if this article of footwear can give people the power to interpret themselves in a way that makes them believe more in themselves, this is what the Jordan brand is about. Be like Mike. And if you've been following this channel long enough, you know that I often have talked about what made the Jordan shoe sell so much. And I was like, well, obviously Michael Jordan's play on the court. But listening to this, it's actually deeper than that. Yes, it's Michael Jordan's play on the court, but it's really what is behind how he plays on the court. And I think that is the thing that, drew everyone into Michael Jordan, that drew everyone into the Jordan brand, is the thing that's behind how he plays on the court. And that thing is, hard work, will, the belief in oneself. And he made people believe that the impossible was possible because he truly had a never say die attitude. So it was really the will of Michael Jordan that I believe really drew people into him as a superstar, that really made people get behind him and say, hey, this is the greatest guy we've ever seen. To me, it's really that killer will in making the impossible seem possible and having that confidence no matter how dire the situation. And this is where the whole be like Mike thing comes into play. This is why you want to be like Mike, because you want to have that killer instinct, because you want to have that same will to overcome, because you want to stay cool in the face of adversity and make the impossible achievable. This is what made Michael Jordan. This is what made people buy into. So like Howard White said, it's at the end of the day, it's not about basketball. It's the fact that people invested in their brand because they want to be like Mike. They want to have those characteristics, which is a belief in oneself that the impossible can be possible. And that the impossible can be possible through hard work. Because I tell you what, I'm not into this whole manifest culture that we live in today. It's like, oh, just because you think it and believe it, it's going to come true. No, I feel like the confidence in oneself is believing that if you put in the hard work, that it will happen. Believing that you can put in the work and achieve it. Not just believing just because you want it is going to happen. And so you heard at the beginning of the video, like they were just hoping to sell $3 million worth of Jordans, and they ended up selling $126 million in the first year. Nobody else was able to do that. Nobody else. Not Bird, not Magic, not Dr. J, no one else. And so I think that says a lot, but fanboys, you knew it was coming. you knew this part was coming. And I think that says a whole lot about LeBron James and how they tried to manufacture LeBron James. And you just can't manufacture, greatness. Not greatness that's going to sustain. Not greatness that Michael Jordan retired in 2003 and, he's still the standard. He's still the first person. As soon as the media sees someone with a little bit of athleticism, a little bit of, I would say killer mentality, but nobody in this league has that same kind of killer mentality. But a little bit of fire to their game. The first person they compare him to is Michael Jordan. And this is because Michael Jordan's greatness is something that is sustainable because it's built on something real. LeBron James, we see what's happening this year. We see this year the kingdom is collapsing, and it's collapsing because LeBron James' career wasn't built on anything sustainable. Now you think about this. If LeBron James is supposed to be greater than Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, his shoe sales would reflect that. His shoe sales would reflect that because he would inspire people in that same way. People would want to think, oh man, I want to be like LeBron. But the problem is LeBron James doesn't have any of the characteristics that one would want to have unless you're a fanboy or a loser, But yeah, you can't look at LeBron James and say, man, this guy makes the impossible possible, because 4 and 6 in the finals is not making the impossible possible. 4 and 6 in the finals is not making the impossible possible. And I'm go ahead and tell you, I'm getting ready to drop some videos on these Miami championships, because I saw a video exposing these Miami championships, and LeBron James is, I'm not even sure what to say, but I wish I could remember the name of the video I saw so you all could go ahead and watch it. But I'm going to do a video on these Miami championships because they are highly suspect. These Miami championships with the super teams, even with the super teams, if you go back and look at them, it's some highly suspect things, especially in that 2012 Oklahoma with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. They probably should have won that. But anyway, that's for another video. But yeah, LeBron James, with all the things they have done to try to manufacture, and LeBron James has a head start because he's coming into a league that Michael Jordan already built. He's coming into Nike. He came into Nike with them already having things in place. What Michael Jordan they had to build around Michael Jordan. Now, Michael Jordan made it easy because his game was something you could build around. But LeBron James, he had all the advantages, and yet they still can't sell LeBron James shoes like Michael Jordan shoes or like Kobe Bryant shoes. Kobe Bryant shoes is the most worn shoes as far as players playing currently in the NBA. When Michael Jordan was playing, it was a bunch of players wearing Jordans. LeBron James playing. Hey, is any players in the league currently wearing LeBron James? If you guys know of any, please let me know. Because like I said, I don't even know what the shoes look like. If someone had them on, I wouldn't be able to tell you. But anyway, we gonna hold up here. Like I said, I just thought that was a profound thing he said at the end about why Jordans are the number one selling basketball shoe in the history of the game. And that is because, basically Jordans gave people belief. Jordans gave people the power to believe in oneself. And it all ties to the whole Be Like Mike campaign. Like, people wanted to be like Mike because he represents the things that anybody would want to have. Like I said, that's hard work. That's being able to stay poised in difficult situations. That's the ability to deliver in the clutch. And more importantly, it's the ability to make the impossible seem possible. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.